So the first area of interest on my radar is roughly a Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, we're going to do a detailed breakdown and overview via a TA and fundamental analysis of the digital asset XRP, showing you guys the level of accuracy in which we trade with here at CYPRX, calling accurate targets to you all in advance before the move plays out. And I'm going to show you that, breaking that all down for you piece by piece, step by step. So make sure that you stick around for the entirety of this video breakdown. Before we even get into this fundamental analysis, we need to understand some of the things that have been weighing on the strength of the DXY, because the divergence between digital assets like cryptocurrencies, specifically in this video breakdown XRP, and the DXY, i.e. the strength of the dollar, has played a significant role on the price appreciation that we've seen on the digital asset XRP in most recent times. And I'm going to show you that again in today's video breakdown. So just a real quick, brief overview. Some reasons why the DXY has been so bearish over the past consecutive couple of weeks, pretty much since the beginning of July. You can see at the bottom of my charts, roughly around the 1st of July, the DXY topped out at roughly around 106 and has ever since then been in a sharp decline until bottoming out most recently today at roughly around the 103,600 and revisiting the 104. Why was this? This was due to lower inflation readings and the CPI figures, boosting rate cut optimism. This is also because of Fed speakers hinting at potential rate cuts because of the continued disinflation and the cooling that we've seen in the US labor market, right? So just keeping those things in mind, inversely, if we start to see strength in the US economy or resiliency in the US economy or in the US labor market, or we see higher inflation readings, that is going to push rate cut hopes back and off of the table and inversely change the sentiment that we've most recently seen from Fed speakers, which has been leaning more so towards a dovish to neutral tone, right? Where Jerome Powell reiterated to the market at his most recent previous speeches and testimonies in front of the House committee, and also this week on Monday, that, rate cuts are possibly on the table as long as they continue to see disinflation and cooling in the labor market. And other Fed speakers have also reiterated those same comments in most recent times. So keeping those factors in mind, today we saw a potential fundamental shift, and we will get into that. But I want to just further your attention to the correlation from the digital asset XRP and the inverse correlation in the DXY. So let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go to the higher time frame real fast. So we have the digital asset XRP on the left-hand side of the screen, and then we have the DXY over here on the right. Now, if we just go take a look at July 9th, 2024 on the DXY, when the DXY started its decline below the key psychological level of the 105, you guys can see here in this area, right? We failed to break higher over the 105 key psychological level, closed bearish below it, and the DXY started its decline. Well, that was the same exact date that XRP bottomed out at roughly around 40 to 41 cents, created that higher low, and started its increase in value. You guys can see down at the bottom of my charts, this was Monday the 8th, rolling over into Tuesday, July 9th, right? Literally an exact inverse correlation. DXY weakness led to XRP strength. Investors hedging against a depreciating US dollar and seeking assets that tend to appreciate against a declining US dollar like cryptocurrency. So you can see that influx of capital, right? And so understanding this divergence, we were able to analyze that if XRP did not break above the most recent key psychological levels, which we called out in advance, we're going to break that all down for you in today's video breakdown, we were most likely going to see a pullback. So let's break that down step by step and go over this and show you where we are currently at in price action and where we think price is headed. So let's jump down to the lower time frames, i.e. the 2-hour and below, and I have some screenshots analyzed on the charts for you guys so you can see that we're not making this stuff up and that it is easy to predict and analyze the markets properly if you actually know what you're doing. We're not sitting here drawing magic Fibonacci's or indicators on our charts. This is all logical analysis based off of sound fundamentals and institutionalized delta zones. We've been trying to get people to see that this is all possible, right? And I'm going to physically show you this. So starting at the most recent bottom of the digital asset XRP on July 8th, after we saw a liquidity grab beneath lows, we saw a higher low leading to higher highs, i.e. you can see that here, right? The market started to create bullish order flow. Here is a lower high. Here's a break of structure, i.e. this high took out this one, and then the market started to create higher highs and higher lows, right? Well, you can see here in the private CYPRX community, here is a screenshot of the analysis on the 8th of July at 9:03 p.m., where we said XRP trade ideas to our private community, and you can see the analysis in which we were attempting to show people was most likely going to play out. A bottoming out of roughly around the 42-cent range and an appreciation of price from that area of interest, right? Again, showing you guys that we predicted this ahead of the curve. Now, this was privately sent in our community, but what did we show you guys publicly on X? Well, here you can see is a YouTube video breakdown that I put out to the general public over 4 days ago, which puts us all the way back on Sunday of this week. That's the 14th, right? That puts us on Sunday of this week. Well, if we go look at where XRP price action was at on Sunday, July 14th, that puts us at roughly around 52 cents. And in this video breakdown, again, you guys can go check that out on the YouTube. It's labeled XRP, don't miss this bullish move. We said publicly on this breakdown that XRP was going to run into 62 cents. Bullish order flow in XRP, one of the first areas of interest that these market makers are going to target is going to be above these intraday highs when the market sold off, just like it did on the rest of these other digital assets, which is where our first significant bullish target of roughly around 62 cents after the most original bullish target of 50 cents was just met comes into fruition. So our next bullish target when we get into that segment of today's video breakdown is going to be at that 62-cent threshold, which I firmly believe if we can break above these intraday selling areas of interest right here in the form of this premium range, roughly around 54 to 55 cents, we are going to smash right into that 62-cent threshold, right? So again, putting our money where our mouth is at, look at where XRP price rallied into from 4 days ago when we had projected those targets out to you guys. They ran smack dab into 62 cents before pulling back. How were we able to gauge this prediction? Again, go watch this YouTube video. We used no magic Fibonacci's, no magic indicators. It was all based off of logic and what the markets previously did, what the DXY was doing, and what the fundamentals were telling us at that point in time. The reason why I'm showing you all this is to get you to see that this is all possible. Anybody that tells you that you cannot accurately predict the market and analyze price action properly, 110% unfollow them. You can 110% predict the markets properly if you actually know what you're doing by utilizing superior trading, research, and analysis. Again, hint, hint, CYPRX. Okay, so let me continue to put my money where my mouth is at and show you guys again publicly where we put our analysis on the line and told you all in advance that the market was going to pull back and why that was. We specifically broke this down for you guys on Twitter. So here you can see is a tweet where I said to you all, please, everyone read a copy of our private community market update. We send these updates to our private members 6 days out of the week to keep them engaged and in the loop. Make sure to stay informed properly. Tomorrow, the US data is in focus for continued risk sentiment. You can see the timestamp, July 17th at 11:36 a.m. Timestamps are important. Here at 11:36 a.m., just looking down at the bottom of my charts, you can see this is the candlestick that printed at 11 a.m. on the 17th of July, which was at a market top. So we told you guys at a top that the market was going to pull back. So let's just head over to that post on X. Okay. So here's that post on X. You can see 11:36 a.m. July 17th. I want to take your attention to our market update. If we scroll right down here to the bottom of the market update, look at what it says. We said, if unemployment claims comes out healthy and robust, along with the upbeat Philly Fed manufacturing figures showing strength in the U.S. economy, this could catalyze a bounce in the DXY strength, taking it back above the key 104 psychological level and create sell pressure on crypto. Right? And we told you guys this at a market top. I just physically showed you all that we put this information out when the market was at a top, i.e. from projecting that XRP on this video breakdown was going to rally into 62 cents. All right. And so now fast forward, what are we seeing? Oh, would you look at that? Look at this retail article that came out on the 18th, a day after we told you all here at CYPRX that if the DXY strength persisted up into the key psychological level 104, that sell pressure on crypto was going to persist. You guys can see that in the breakdown that we put out to you all publicly on X from our private community. And what does the retail herd see a day after? Again, we're always trying to keep our community ahead of the retail curve. XRP erases gains, loses 7% of value on Thursday as Ripple traders take $111 million in profit. Oh my goodness gracious. It is literally spot on. Anybody that tells you that you cannot predict the markets by understanding them properly is an absolute idiot. Again, I don't talk down about people, but there are so many people that'll be like, oh, you can't predict the markets. That's impossible. No, 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 no. No, yes, you can. If you understand fundamentals properly and you understand inflow and outflow and risk on and risk off sentiment and what drives these factors in the market. So now let me show you guys again why the market is pulling back, why $111 million worth of profit taking happened. Okay. It is, again, if you go look at my analysis that I put out to you all a day in advance at a top publicly on X, I said, if the DXY strength persists up into the key 104 psych level, sell pressure on crypto is going to happen. Let's go look at the charts, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the charts do not lie. Where is the DXY sitting at right now? People, come on. Come on now, people. Let's wake up. Let's go down to the lower time frame. When I put this information out to you guys on X, where was the DXY? The DXY was suppressed below the key 104 psychological level, right? And again, what happened? Positive US data showing strength and resiliency in the US economy, and the DXY rallied back up into the 104 key psychological level. Would you look at that, right? Just like in the analysis that I put out to you guys. This is all due to us understanding fundamentals coupled with institutional delta zones that are available in our private Discord. These are the most accurate levels and areas of interest that retail traders have access to. And we've shown you time and time again how accurate they are. So now let's just go look at the inverse correlation. Okay. So at the same exact time that I put this out to you all, okay, look at this 1136, XRP at a high at 62 cents. You can see the DXY was suppressed at the same exact time beneath the 104 key psychological level. And here at CYPRX, we understood that fundamentals, i.e. the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index and the unemployment claims were set to come out today. They came out, and the unemployment claims came out slightly increased and elevated from previous readings, but the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index came out super robust, showing strength and signs of resiliency in the US economy, just like we predicted a day in advance, right? So if you head over to our updated market fundamental analysis, here is where we break down for our students and our private members why we are seeing some strength back in the DXY and some inverse correlation sell pressure on risk assets like XRP, i.e. profit taking from larger investors than you and I, which you can clearly see is happening, right? $111 million in profits. You cannot deny that is happening. So let me explain why. So overall, the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, which significantly exceeded market expectations according to the July Manufacturing Business Outlook Survey, and manufacturing activity in the region expanded overall. The survey's general activity indicator rose and the index for shipments and new orders turned positive. Additionally, this is the most important part, the employment index turned positive. I repeat again, the employment index turned positive, indicating an overall increase in employment levels. Both price indexes continued to signal overall price increases. Most future activity indicators rose, suggesting widespread expectations for future growth over the next 6 months for the US economy. And what does this do? Remember, full circling back to the beginning of this video breakdown when I showed you guys the inverse correlation and why the DXY was even declining in value in the first place since the beginning of July. It was because of dovish comments from Fed speakers, declines in inflationary figures, and cooling in the labor market. Well, if we just got a report when the DXY was at a discounted area that the employment figures, right, says right here, employment levels slightly increasing, what do you think is going to happen? Buying on the DXY, i.e. positive fundamentals for the US economy, is going to create buy pressure on said domestic currency for that jurisdiction. And you can see clear as day at the same exact time that investors were buying the DXY, right? Looking down at the inverse correlation, they were selling their XRP. This is how easy it is to analyze and predict the markets accurately. Again, showing you guys step by step that not only do we call market bottoms, but we call market tops as well. So now that that whole entire explanation is out of the way, again, I'm not doing this to toot my own horn. There's going to be so many people that are like, oh, Cypress vanity, Cypress has cockiness, da, da, da. No, listen, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, please, okay? I'm trying to get you all to see that 98% of these idiots on the internet in crypto have no freaking idea what they're talking about and are just drawing magic Fibonacci's on their charts, telling you all that XRP is going to go to significantly higher prices. And you are always stuck wondering why the digital asset XRP has not broken above $1 for the past consecutive couple of God knows when, right? It is because we are in a trading environment. That means that 95% of the activity in this digital asset space is due to speculative trading. And until that changes, we are not going to see significantly higher prices like all these bullish moon boys are predicting on the digital asset XRP. Until XRP is actually utilized by banking institutions for its utility, we are not going to see a freaking $100, $1,000 digital asset XRP price, which again, I have a firm belief that in the future, when we transition from a trading environment to a utility driven environment, and these digital assets are utilized outside of speculative day trading and are actually utilized for payments and what they're meant for, I have a firm belief that the price of XRP is going to be significantly higher. But we need to focus on how to make money now. How are you going to prosper in these current market conditions is the question. If you're still here, smash the thumbs up button and subscribe.
To dismiss it. What is more interesting, I think, is the utility. What is the use case? Mm-hmm. We all know that trading has been 95% of all the activity.
And it's not me telling you all that 95% of activity in this market is due to trading. This is coming from individuals that have way more credentials for me, like individuals from American Express. So take these things into consideration. Now that my rant is over, all right? Where do I think XRP price is going? Let's break that down for you guys. If the DXY strength continues above the 104 key psychological level. So let's just take a step back and let's calm down the energy real fast. Again, I'm just so passionate about trying to show people how to accurately read these markets. You guys don't see any magic indicators on my charts. I haven't drawn any magic Fibonacci's, and I haven't made any super crazy price predictions. This is all accurate level to level trading. So here we have some institutional delta zones, roughly around the 52 cent to 50 cent range. Well, if we go take a look at the DXY and where it was back on roughly around, let's just say Tuesday, give or take July 16th to roughly around July 11th. Okay. So if the DXY surpasses the key psychological level of 104 and starts to make its way back up into the 104.5 psychological level, we can see that that same exact date is when XRP was down here in these two areas, roughly around 45 cents to 52 cents. So if the DXY does break above the 104 key psych level and makes its way back up into the mid 104s, I'm projecting that that is going to inversely correlate to more sell pressure on the digital asset XRP and put us down here with our first bearish targets and a retest and a revisitation of the 52 cent to 50 cent range as our first bearish areas of interest for some possible dollar cost average positions or reaccumulation of orders at a discounted price to better situate ourselves for some buys. Okay, I'm not bearish on the digital asset XRP, but I do understand profit taking, and I do understand overall that in order to succeed in these markets, you need to understand these fundamental factors and what drives inflow and outflow of these markets. So just to cover this real fast, if we cannot hold bullish above this most recent high at 62 cents, I'm projecting zooming out on the higher time frame, i.e. on the 4-hour and above, that we are going to start to make a correction of this most recent bullish run on XRP, which is at the end of the day healthy. It is not a bad thing to correct a bullish move. Why? Because it allows market makers and institutions or whoever, hedge funds, private family offices with much more money than you and I, to take profit, right? And then reallocate that money back into a discount to push prices higher. This is called bullish order flow. This is how the markets move. They do not move in one straight upwards trajectory. They move in the form of higher highs and higher lows. If we want to see this market move higher, then profit taking and reallocation of capital from larger investors than you and I is a healthy thing. So first trade idea, if we cannot break and hold above the 62-cent range with some bullish momentum, is going to be a revisitation for possible better dollar cost average positions and trade ideas at 52 to 50 cents. If we break that level, then I'm looking for a reaccumulation of orders at roughly around 44 to 45 cents, right? Again, these pullbacks, if they do unfold, in my personal opinion, are healthy. And then at the end of the day, if we break below the most recent low at 38 to 39 cents, we will revisit price action when we get to those levels and areas of interest. Now, if for any reason the DXY breaks below the 104 psychological level under some crazy circumstances, right, and we completely reverse the most recent bullish momentum, then XRP will most likely follow suit inversely, and we will see a break above 62 cents. So in our previous video breakdown, we mentioned some bullish targets, and they still stand. So if XRP can maintain and break above 62 cents, keep in mind that our next bullish targets are going to be 76 cents. At any point in time, if we do break above 76 cents, then we are going to be focused on 94 cents to $1.10. All right. So just keep that in mind. There is some profit taking by whales taking place on XRP. I've tried to break this down for you guys now in detail. Hopefully you all can see the value that we put out ahead of the curve, not only in our private community, but also publicly putting our money where our mouth is at ahead of the curve, right, to you all on the X space and on YouTube, making these predictions publicly. Make sure that if you're not subscribed already, you do so now. We do appreciate the love and the support. As always, many blessings to you guys, keeping it real with you all, never giving you all any bullish moonboy hopium, nothing but accuracy, logical fundamentals, and sound technical analysis. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.